konena nena kuchuluka mvula ikagwa inu majerasi.
The album talks about a lot of things, but I simply broke them down into 4 components, which are muntu, and then there's the spirituality, and then there's mental health, and then there's also nkani za moyo. So these are 4 different components, and of every one of these, you find that there's music that tackles different issues to do with that specific topic. Okay, I'll play Chibeso, which is his favorite song. Chibeso, you all know what Chibeso is, right? Chibeso, I think we look at Chibeso most of the times ngati chimwe chimangogwitsa ntchito ku, you know, concept tsitsilatu. But then in this song I was looking at Chibeso as a person who comes and causes havoc, or as something that triggers a negative experience. So the idea is to encourage everybody to be diligent in pursuing their dreams, because you're always going to encounter zinto zokubanga discourage and you know, you'll be like ndichene nde kumabesa kuzindika so kuma chibeso just chukala so mfundu, so you know. So yeah, so wasunga tsitsi walimba. If you want to do well, then it will be lead ended. Yeah, so life lessons are not most of the times that straightforward. You'll notice that life is going to take you through a roller coaster just for you to learn one simple lesson. And my approach in storytelling or in sharing lessons is through storytelling, because I believe that way one is able to be left alone to translate that experience in their own way. I don't want to make it up for them, because we look at things from different perspectives and angles, and it's always best when you let somebody understand something from their own perspective. I have noticed that most of the times when you give advice, it's up to that person to take the advice or not. But sometimes when you share a lesson, somebody would take that lesson and apply it in a very different way, and that's how people transform. So I trust storytelling. It works. Okay, so the other song is Masai Mara. Masai Mara, do you know the Masai Mara?
I know the Masai.
Okay, the Masai, yes. Where the Masai come from, which is Kenya, there's a huge game reserve called the Masai Mara. It's a beautiful place. I love going there in my free time, just to get in touch with nature and, you know, relax. And there's something that came to me as I was writing this song. I thought, growing up, we were told stories which had animals as main characters, and this is how I personally got to learn much about who we are as people, and how we can apply the different pieces of wisdom that we learned from such stories. And I thought I could expand that tradition or share more on that through adapting real life experiences and bringing in a mixture of stories and try to share some very valuable lessons. And on this one, I am talking about animals who went out to destroy people's crops. and the people were hungry, and they came back they came into the wild looking for these animals, and they called them all together and held them accountable. When you listen to the song, you can relate depending on where you come from, but you can also get the picture that it's the same thing that happens in our world as people, where it could be abuse of funds, abuse of responsibility, abuse of opportunities, where we have entrusted certain people to be responsible for certain things, but then they constantly abuse that, and at some point animals will come together and hold us accountable, question our motives and our sense of direction, because there's a certain point where leadership is appreciated, but then you can imagine where your subjects now come together and question your leadership, then it means something is not right. So the music is supposed to get you thinking. I'm not spelling it out for you directly, but I suppose as you go on with listening, it stimulates your thinking, it takes you in different places. Yeah. One of the songs that come off the mental health area is called Timalia. I thought of the song because I think where I come from, generally in Africa, there's been this perception that men don't cry. As we were growing up, Amaduza Wuli, Mamuna Sali, and that it does make sense, but then also it has a strong negative impact towards one's mental health and stability. You find that in the moment it would encourage you to go through your moment, or overcome what it is that is hindering you at that moment. It also encourages you to suppress your emotions so that you don't fully express yourself, and that resulted into many young people bottling issues and growing up into these people who harbor a lot of anger and disappointment and hurt, and that has shown us different negative reactions in the end from such people. Some have ended up suffering from curable diseases, Marenda Misala, something that would have been well prevented, Komano, because Muntu Jasanka Pangida cancer, and they ended up being Wamisala. Wamisala, they don't do Wamisala, Goma Zina Bankutin Tanyage, Mamodi Alide, and Tranamusia, Mamunina Wuti, Agalida, Amamona, Garudimun and Dizoba, or, the Montosalimba, Simamun. So I thought about this song and its the inspiration came from life and the experiences that we had encountered growing up, and I thought I should share. We cry for the many reasons that we may have. Above all, my intention is to see the music uplift many hearts and get people to freely express, because it is important for you to express yourself in the best way possible through whatever situation that you're going through. Your well-being is the first and most important thing that everybody as a human has to pay attention to, because even within mujeza ndihine ndekuti ndikena ndizikhaleka ndine munthu wabwino bwino sina wamisala, koma ndikakhala kuti mwina moyo wandi ndinotengera munjira ina yake ndinodapinjika ndine zinthu zambiri mu mtima mwanga. You would find me as a moody person and simukonda kucheza nane. Koma mwina zonsezo zimakhala kuti zichitira fayina kuti sindinakhale ndi njira yabwinobwino yoyenera yoti ndizipangire express. When it hurt, I kept it inside. And later on, Lawi enough.
Okay, so why is it important in storytelling, especially through music, to talk about issues like this? That
you see, I feel like the biggest mistake that the Now Africa has made is to walk away from who they are and adapt what's Western. Because the thing is, that has gotten us to fail to tell the true story of who we are as a people. And who are we as Africans? We are a storytelling kind of people. We tell stories through dance, through rhythm and melody, through pictures, culture, you know, just in the way that we dress, we tell stories. And I understand that TV came with a lot, and we admired that flashy lifestyle, but that comes from a different place in the world, and that's not us. That has not been our story here. Our story has been struggles, because you see that after TV, you may see a very nice song on TV that had people splashing money and drinking beer and playing with women and all that, and driving very nice vehicles. But after that, you're going on to your kabanza and you're eating your terere, and you know, life is teaching you or saying to you something very, very different than what you've just seen on TV, you know. So I feel like it is very important for us as Africans to face reality and tell stories that resonate with our people. Tell it like it is, because it's possible that we may get there, but when we get there, we'll be able to tell the story according to what life is in that moment. But for now, there are so many people that are going through struggles each and every day, and they need motivation, they need encouragement to overcome. Some just need a sense of direction, and it could be that a song like this would take them through a step closer to their breakthrough, because they were encouraged to, you know, take the necessary steps and overcome something that was hindering them from breaking through. Okay, you spoke of terere, Baba. So you know what terere is, right?
Who here hasn't had terere?
You know terere. I love terere very much. Yeah, you know, where I come from, Balaka, we have lots of danger, you know. And my mom used to cook that on weekends. Yeah, and she could cook strange foods, you know. She had her nsima with made from there, you know, and she had her terere and utaka, and you're like, eesh. But this life, you know. Funny enough, growing older, these are things that I crave, you know, as an old person, and I don't know whether it's an old people's thing or you know, but it turns out that little things that I remember about her that seemed to give her a lot of peace of mind. I admire those things nowadays. And in the song Terere, I'm sharing about the love of the mother. There are so many mothers that have done a great job at raising kids, raising generations, when fathers run away from responsibility. I did not grow up with my father, because my mother and father never got married. But I'm not the only one. There are millions of kids who actually don't know who their father is, and it's simply because the father chose to ignore their responsibility, or there might have been an excuse, I don't know. But that never stopped the mother from embracing her responsibility and providing for her kids regardless. And that's just an amazing quality that you find in most mothers. And the song Terere talks about the different experiences that I remember having as we were growing up as kids. We were happy. We might have been poor, we might not have had a lot in abundance, but we were happy even with the little that we had, because she always made sure that she provided regardless. So I think the song just shares a bit of that. I would say let the music take them through every situation in their lives. Let them find hope in the music. Let them find healing in the music. Let them find strength to make the next necessary step towards their success. May it also draw them close to God, because the peace of mind that they will acquire after pursuing God is unexplainable.